This video is to announce that our latest book, The Spiritual Out-of-Body Experience, has just been released. Mark and I have spent the last over 2.5 years researching and writing it together, which is why I've been quiet on the channel. But it's finally here. Our aim with this book is to restore the lost ancient knowledge about out-of-body experiences. We cover accounts of out-of-body experiences from across the ancient world, which includes those of astral projection, astral travel, dreams, lucid dreaming, and near-death experiences. We then reconstruct how to have out-of-body experiences today based on ancient methods. We look at what out-of-body experiences are, the evidence for them, the science behind them, and lots of different out-of-body phenomena. We've written it based on extensive research and from our own experience of having OBEs, particularly from Mark's more than 3 decades of experience. Having an out-of-body experience is actually very common. Between 8 to 50% of people have had at least one. Around half of all people have had at least one lucid dream, and about 5% a near-death experience. People in the past likewise had them, and so these experiences are found in the records of many ancient cultures, including those of Egypt, India, Europe, China, Persia, Tibet, and the Americas. Some of the world's most famous spiritual figures, such as Jesus, Krishna, Odin, and Hermes Trismegistus, were said to have had out-of-body experiences. These accounts are found in some of the oldest and most important ancient religious texts, but also in some that are very obscure. We cover all these accounts in the book. What we've discovered was completely unexpected. We knew ancient people had practiced astral projection, but we had no idea how widespread having out-of-body experiences was, and how central it was to the ancient religion of the sun, a religion that spread around the world in prehistory, in which people sought to have these experiences purposefully. What we found that also amazed us is the very advanced kinds of out-of-body experiences that some ancient people had, in which they traveled to heaven and even to the source of creation and returned. We came to realize that many of the world's ancient sacred sites were used for having OBEs, including sites like the Great Pyramids and ancient mound sites in Europe, which have inner chambers that are known to have been used for ritual purposes. These sites are even built to represent features and places in the out-of-body realms. We discuss this in the book as part of some new theories, which we've called our Giza OBE theory, Pyramid Portal theory, Ancient Europe OBE theory, and Ancient Portal Site theory. We look at what out-of-body experiences are and their different types. There's quite a lot of evidence that supports they are real experiences of other realms. Near-death experiences offer some of the best evidence of all, in which, for example, people have seen verifiably real things happen in the hospital while they were clinically dead. There have been a number of scientific studies on OBEs. We analyse the latest studies that are often used to say they aren't real, to show that this isn't the case in our opinion. As part of this, we offer a new theory for how consciousness interacts with the physical body, called the brain limiter theory. We discuss theories about other dimensions and science, while also looking at beliefs many ancient cultures held about non-physical realms, finding some surprising similarities. As we researched, it was remarkable to see that ancient people had experienced the same things while out of the body that people do today, particularly during near-death experiences, which people often visit heavenly and hellish realms and encounter different beings. We argue this is because they are seeing real beings and places that exist in non-physical realms that people have experienced across time and culture while out of their bodies. We also show how the experience of these realms became the basis of many ancient religious teachings and symbols. Then there is an entire section dedicated to dreams. Dream incubation was perhaps the most widespread ancient out-of-body practice of all. We cover some of the evidence for its practice in different parts of the world, and then reconstruct an ancient ritual to incubate a dream based on surviving records. There are also exercises for learning to remember dreams better, and information on how to interpret their symbolism, which was also very important in ancient times, as evidenced by the use of ancient dream symbol books and dream interpreters. Learning how to lucid dream was another ancient practice which we describe how to do. There is a section on how to have out-of-body experiences and to astral project. We examined the techniques ancient people were using and have reconstructed methods to have out-of-body experiences as they did. These methods include things like mantras, ancient visualizations, meditations, as well as sound. We put forward our theories about how they sought to harness the energy of the sun and stars and propose the idea that they use resonant megalithic chambers to induce OBEs. In this section, we include information on how to train to have out-of-body experiences regularly, how to travel once out of the body, and what to expect. We then cover the many different types of beings that someone can encounter in an out-of-body experience, which are found in the cosmologies of ancient cultures across the world. Beings commonly known today as gods, demons, fairies, extraterrestrials, and as the source or God. People across time also had frightening and negative out-of-body experiences, as many still do. And so we look at things like nightmares, sleep paralysis, incubi and succubi, ghosts, demonic attacks, and even the phenomenon of alien abduction. Some of the most ancient practices in the world involve protecting oneself against demonic entities, and so we outline the many forms of spiritual protection ancient people used to shield themselves at night while they slept and traveled out of the body. This includes the use of symbols and incantations, which can still be used today. Many people wonder what the relationship between out-of-body experiences and psychedelics is, and so to explore this, we look at how psychedelics were used in the past, scientific studies on them, as well as the experiences people commonly have on them today. Based on this, we offer a new theory for how psychedelics work, called the psychedelic brain barrier theory. Then finally, we conclude with how out-of-body experiences can be used for a spiritual purpose, as they were in ancient times. This has been a huge project for us, and I want to thank everyone who has made it possible, including the team at our publisher and all those who've supported us along the way. I'm going to be making lots of videos about topics from the book, so this is just the beginning of bringing the ancient knowledge of having out-of-body experiences back.